I know what you guys, your favorite anabolics are. We all love it. We love to hate it, okay? And it's Trenbolone, right? Because it makes you feel good, it makes you look great, but it also makes you into a maniac, right? So we got 3 different Trenbolones here.
I'm Dave Palumbo, founder of Species Nutrition. From my earliest bodybuilding days, I believed in only putting the best in my body. And that lives on in the Species Nutrition line of products. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
All right, guys, this is the video you've been waiting for. We're here in Mumbai, India, and I am here with a brand of underground anabolics that are going to blow your socks off. And they have everything. I don't think I've seen a brand that's so inclusive. So I want to show you all the stuff that they have. And we're going to start with the, let's start with the peptides first. So right off the bat, and the brand is named Dyson. So if you guys are looking to, if you're in India or you have access to Dyson, I highly recommend this brand. This is injectable L-carnitine, which is not a big deal, right? You got to start light here, okay? But they have this. They have a bunch of peptides, so they have like their own GLP-1 analogs. This would be like similar to semaglutide or Ozempic, as you know it in the United States. Let me look at it. It says that each vial contains 1 milligram of the GLP-1 agonist. All right. They have growth hormone releasing peptide, or GLP-6. This one is one of the ones that I always used to use for appetite increasing. So it releases growth hormone, probably not that efficiently, but it's obviously not close to real growth hormone. But the GLP or this 6 peptide increases appetite through the roof. Okay, I love the way they have these little boxes and they have these little kits. Now, more exciting is they have recombinant IGF-1 long R3. And how many vials come in this box? Let me look here. This is, each vial contains 100 micrograms. So you can pretty much make this a 10-day supply from each vial. And there's 10 vials per box. So you kind of have 100 days here. If you used my dosage, which you guys know I like less is better with the IGF-1. If you wanted to use 20 micrograms per day, obviously it's going to last you 50 days. This thing. They have the GH frags, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't really think they work quite as well as growth hormone. They do have recombinant GH. This is the stuff that I would recommend. From what I hear and the people I've talked to here, they say this stuff is really good. It's 10 IUs per vial with 10 vials here. So this is 100 IUs of GH right here. Obviously, if you're taking 4 IUs a day, it's going to last you 25 days. This whole box. It's a great deal. And then, of course, in terms of peptides, this is my favorite. I think if I take this box home with me, no, just kidding. BPC 157 and TB 500 combined. So you get each vial is 5 milligrams of both of these drugs, and you get 10 vials in each box. So this is a great deal. Really good if you're looking for healing purposes, or if you're old like I am and you want to just get rid of some of your injuries. All right, that stuff not as exciting. Although the growth hormone and IGF-1 is pretty exciting. What is exciting is the anabolics, because they have a huge variety here. I mean, just looking at the testosterones right here, I haven't seen test suspension in a really long time. So you got test suspension, testananthate, sustanon, which we know is a blend of 4 testosterones. They have test cypionate, and they actually have test propionate, but he's out of stock right now on it, which really I'm not a huge fan of test propionate anyway, but I haven't seen suspension. And he said the suspension is really smooth. It goes in well. As you know, it's basically powder. So can I open? I'm going to open this one up here just to show you what test suspension is. I don't think a lot of people have seen test suspension, in their lifetime, especially the younger guys who are taking stuff. See, it's milky looking, because what it is, it's actually testosterone powder suspended in water. So we shake it up, and then it goes into suspension, which is where it gets that name from. And then you would suck this up like probably a cc, and you would take this pretty much every day, because it has a very, very quick half-life. I used to like to do this like the day before a competition. So like if I'm competing on a Saturday, like Friday night I'd take a shot, and then Saturday morning, and it blasts your androgens through the roof, and you get a pretty good glycogen storing effect from this. This is really unique. Like I said, I haven't seen this in a really long time. All right, let's look at some more anabolics he's got here. He's got boldenone, uncyclinate, that's EQ essentially, okay, which we all love, one of my favorite drugs. He has Masteron, or drostanolone, propionate. This is the fast-acting Masteron. All intensities 10 ml vials. This is 100 milligrams per ml. Actually the Boldenone is 400. I've never seen this. That's a very high potency Boldenone, 400 milligrams per ml. You get a lot of bang for your buck. You could probably do a half a cc twice a week of this and get enough. Then we have the two Decas. We have Nandrol decanoate, which is the long-acting Deca. That's also 400 milligrams per ml, which is really, you're getting a lot for your money on this one. And then the Nandrol phenylpropionate, or NPP as it's known, 100 milligrams per ml. So we got our Decas here, as I call it, Masteron and EQ. Those are probably all my favorite drugs right here. And then we have some more of the contest drugs. So Stanozol, this is injectable Winstrol, it's 100 milligrams per ml. And I know you guys love your Primobolan and Anthate, 200 milligrams per ml. That's a really high potency Primobolan. Usually we see it at 50 or 100 milligrams per ml. So, and from what I hear, as you know, there is a shortage of Primobolan. A lot of people don't have Primobolan, they can't get it. Obviously they have it here. And I understand, if I'm not mistaken, that they actually have Primo acetate too available here, which we don't have a vial of that, but that's something I haven't seen since the 90s. It's a fast-acting Primobolan. If I had access to that and I was competing these days, man, I'd be using that right up to the day of the show. Phenomenal stuff. Now, I know what you guys, your favorite anabolics are. We all love it. We love to hate it, okay? And it's Trenbolone, right? Because it makes you feel good, it makes you look great, but it also makes you into a maniac, right? So we got 3 different Trenbolones here. We have Tren and Anthate, which is the long-acting Trenbolone. We have Tren acetate, which is what we would use pre-contest, which is super fast-acting, which has the most side effects, of course. And then we have, what is this Trenbolone right here? Hold on.
Hexa.
Oh, this is Hexa. So this is the one that used to be called Parabolone, if you remember, from France. That's Tren Hex. And so we got 3 different Trenbolones. So think about this. This brand is not only high quality, and not only is there a lot of, but they have like almost every different version of everything. Very rarely do you see 3 separate Trenbolones. It's usually you get either an Anthate or you get acetate. That's it, and you don't get both. He's got 3 different versions of this. So super cool. Well, let's see what else we got here. These are our testosterone. He has T3 pills. They're 50 micrograms each. So obviously you'd start with a half a pill, 25 micrograms per day. This is 100 tablets. This, believe it or not, T3 seems to be very hard to get on today's market. I don't know why, because it's not even a controlled substance, but I see a lot of T4, I see a lot of T3, T4 blends. This is pure T3, which is what I recommend you use if you're on a contest prep. Now, if you're using T3, we know the best thing that works with that is, and I'm looking for where I put it, it was clenbuterol. I know we have clenbuterol somewhere. Oh, here it is. Here's Clen, 40 micrograms tabs. My recommendation is to crack these in half, because you never really want to take more than 20, 25 micrograms of clenbuterol per dose. You want to space them out every 3 to 4 hours. If you take too much at once, it can drop your blood pressure a little too much, and sometimes that can cause rapid heart rate. So clenbuterol really doesn't cause rapid heart rate, but it can if you take too much in one dose. So these are 40 micrograms, so I would crack these in half, which is good, because then you get there's 100 pills in there, but you're really getting 200 pills if you think about it at the 20 microgram dose. So this is good. So we got our T3 and Clen. So far, I'm very happy with this. Now we have all our orals. We have our Winstrol orals. These are 10 milligram pills. This is something women would take probably 10 milligrams a day is more than adequate. For a man, you're gonna have to take 30 to 50. You're gonna have to take 3 to 5 pills a day. It's probably not worth it. I would use the injectable that he's got. Much better option. Oxandrolone. These are great obviously for women. These are 10 milligram pills. Okay, for a man, you're gonna have to take 5 of these, 4 or 5 of these days. I don't think that Anavar is a great option for men. It's just, unless you're not really using anything else, and this may be your first cycle. For women, this is great. You can use 10 to 30 milligrams per day. These look great. They test out perfectly from when I've talked to all the people here. I haven't tested them myself, so I can't go on record and say it's all authentic, but from the source they're getting it from, I have a feeling you're looking at a pretty good drug. Now this is Proviron, probably, in my mind, the worst drug you can possibly use. I don't think it really does anything, to be honest with you. A lot of people like it. It's available a lot. Supposedly displaces testosterone from the binding proteins and makes more free testosterone available. I have never seen that come to fruition. I've seen people use it. I've seen blood work, and I don't see any difference in sex hormone binding globulin or how much testosterone is free or bound. But you can use it if you want. Now, this is halo tested, which a lot of people can't get nowadays. These are only 5 milligram pills. Usually 2 weeks out from a show, we'll take 20 milligrams a day. So you can take anywhere from 10 to 20 milligrams a day. So you can take 4 of these pills, but you only use them at 2 weeks out. They have no anabolic properties whatsoever. It's just a pure androgen. It really makes your body look good especially when you're carving up. So it adds a nice level of hardness. It's great that they have this option to get this. I haven't seen halo tested anywhere in a while either. This is Dianabol tabs. These are 10 milligrams a piece. A lot of times in my off-season diet, I'll have guys start with some Dianabol just to kind of kickstart the diet, maybe 30 milligrams per day. You start taking too many of these things, it kills your appetite. But it's nice that they have them in the 10 milligram dosage so you can kind of customize how much you want. A lot of times they come in 50 milligram pills, and I don't like that because you can't really customize how much you're going to use. This is Dianabol. We have Turinabol, which is, I always call it the little sister of Dianabol. I don't even know if Turinabol is even worth taking, to be honest with you, because it's pretty much just weak Dianabol. And it's definitely too strong for women to take. I know women do take it. I think it's crazy. It's still highly androgenic. Once again, if it was up to me, I would just take Dianabol. And then, of course, the father or the grandfather of all anabolics, Anadrol 50. These are 50 milligram pills of oxymethylone. Very hard to take this drug and eat. So a lot of guys use it pre-contest because, it doesn't really affect your appetite when you diet. Nothing kills your appetite when you diet. But off-season, if you can't eat, you can't grow. So you got to be careful with these. Once again, I wouldn't do cycles that are longer than 4 weeks on this stuff. But it's great that they actually have it available here, 50 milligrams, 100 pills in the bottle. And then this is a drug that I haven't really seen, methyltrianolone. I haven't used this. I haven't seen it in years. The person who created this product line did a lot of research and found that this is pretty highly androgenic and highly anabolic. I really can't talk as far as the side effects go because I don't know. I have to imagine that it's strong, but it probably has some side effects. I wouldn't be surprised if it aromatizes real easily. And, there's probably some toxicity available, that comes along with it. So I wouldn't be using cycles of this of more than like 4 weeks probably. But this is interesting because I had never seen this drug ever in the history of me doing this. And I'm, as you know, I've been dealing with anabolics for probably 30 years. So really, really cool. So I got to tell you, overall, this Dyson line of products looks like one of the most comprehensive anabolic lines I've ever seen. It's here in India. I know a lot of guys are using it. I've talked to several bodybuilders who've used it, and I see what they look like. You can obviously tell that the stuff works. It's highly potent. I have to believe that it's pretty accurate. From where I'm being told it's coming from, it seems like the raw materials are 100%. And once again, I can't validate all this. I don't have testing kits with me, so I haven't tested this stuff. I'm pretty impressed. It's the comprehensive aspect of it, how many different compounds they have. And then they have a whole line of SARMs too. And this is BPC oral because it is orally available. I think the injectable is better, but Ostarine they have, Testol, Stenabolic. All these are the SARMs. I'm not a big SARMs, as you guys know. I'm not a big SARMs fan. If you're going to take something, you might as well take some anabolics that have a known quantity. But for those of you who think that if you're taking a SARM, you're really not on PEDs, knock yourself out. Once again, Dyson is pretty crazy with all the different compounds they have. Let me know, give me your feedback if you guys use this stuff. Once again, Dave Palumbo on the street reporting the best anabolics throughout the world.